Hey everyone, happy Monday, December 15th. I'm Endrit Sella, and this is Capital Markets Quickie. Let's jump into what's driving the week ahead. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. All right, let's dive right in. So, after the government shutdown delayed a lot of key economic releases, that data drought is officially over. Starting today and running through the rest of the week, investors are getting a wave of long-awaited numbers, covering jobs, inflation, retail sales, housing, and consumer sentiment. The Federal Reserve made it very clear last week that future rate decisions depend heavily on incoming data, especially signs of weakness in the labor market. That makes Tuesday especially important, when updated employment data for November is released. At the same time, we also get retail sales data for October and business inventory figures from September, giving markets a clearer picture of how strong the consumer really is. Then on Thursday, attention shifts to inflation with the release of the November Consumer Price Index. This report will be closely watched for any signs that tariffs are feeding back into prices, as policymakers look ahead toward the rate outlook for 2026. Markets will also be listening carefully to the Federal Reserve this week. Later today, Fed Governor Stephen Moran is scheduled to speak as markets open. He previously served as an economic advisor to President Donald Trump and supported a larger rate cut at last week's meeting. On Wednesday, Fed Governor Christopher Waller will speak to a group of chief executives, and investors will be watching closely, especially given his name has come up as a potential future leader of the central bank. On the earnings side, the artificial intelligence trade gets another major checkpoint on Wednesday when Micron Technology reports results. The company has been one of the standout performers over the past year, with its share price rising by more than 200%, so expectations are high. Consumer-focused earnings will also be in focus this week. Reports from Nike, FedEx, CarMax, General Mills, Conagra, Darden Restaurants, Birkenstock, and Carnival should help investors gauge the health of U.S. consumers across retail, food, travel, and transportation. FedEx will be especially important on Thursday after the company reinstated its full-year outlook and projected annual revenue growth of 4 to 6%, even while dealing with tariff pressures. As a major shipping company, its results often serve as a real-time snapshot of broader economic activity. So overall, this week is all about data, direction, and whether the economy is slowing just enough for the Fed or not enough at all. Buckle up. All right, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.